Hi, friends. Welcome to another Storytime with Alex. This story is about Martin Luther King Jr., also known as Dr. King. And he is so important because he used his words to make sure people were treated fairly, kindly, and with respect. Are you ready? Let's begin. This book is called The Story of Martin Luther King Jr., written by Johnny Ray Moore and illustrated by Amy Woomer. Every January, we celebrate the birthday of Martin Luther King Jr. Do you know why we remember him? And friends, some of you might know why we remember him, but if you don't, we're going to find out why. Martin was born in 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. His father was a preacher, and a preacher is a person who usually in a church every Sunday, people gather to hear his words. And usually his message is about how to be kind and good to others. His mother was a school teacher. Martin liked to go to school. He always did more than his teachers asked him to do. So friends, Martin really loved to go to school. He loved to read and write. And when his teachers asked him to do something, he would do a lot more than he had to. Martin's school was old. It needed a lot of fixing, but the school for the lighter children was new. Friends, Martin's school was kind of old. A lot of things were broken. He didn't have a lot of play equipment, but other schools had a lot of newer things. And yet, Martin and his friends still found ways to have fun and play together. Martin and his mom and dad liked to eat out, but some restaurants would not serve them. So back in the day, Martin and his family were only allowed to go to restaurants with people who had darker brown skin. And people who had lighter brown skin had to go to other restaurants. So you were not allowed to go to any restaurant you wanted. And is that fair, friends? That is absolutely not fair. Martin could not drink from all water fountains. He had to find one with a sign that read colored. And the sign that read color was meant to be for people who had darker brown skin. So this water fountain says white, and this was meant to be for people who had lighter brown skin. So this is absolutely not fair. You should be allowed to drink in any water fountain, regardless of the color of your skin. This made Martin angry. He wanted to go to the best school. He wanted to eat at any restaurant, and he wanted to drink water from any water fountain. So Martin is really thinking about this, and he wants to do something to change things so everybody can go to any school, drink from any water fountain, and go to any restaurant. When Martin grew up, he became a preacher, just like his dad. And here he was at Lincoln Memorial in Washington. And when people found out that Dr. King was going to speak, people came from all over to hear his words. One day he spoke to more than 200,000 people. That is a lot of people, friends. Martin said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin." And these words meant that Dr. King wanted everybody to be treated nicely, fair, and with respect. Martin made his dream come true. Now we can all eat in any restaurant. So now all restaurants have to serve everyone. Everybody's allowed to go to any restaurant, drink from any water fountain, go to any school, and dream our dreams, just like Martin Luther King Jr. Friends, sending you lots of love. Until next time.